bacon ranch salad with Gardein crispy chicken tenders, some Light Life crispy bacon, Via Life cheese, corn, tomatoes, cabbage, romaine, some red onions, some crispy onions on top, and barbecue ranch dressing, like a cashew barbecue ranch dressing. The boys are not having salad. They're having some chickpea pasta with zucchini and some of the chicken tenders and corn. This guy's just having the pasta and zucchini. A little easier for them to eat. He could probably eat a salad, but we've had some food arguments today, so we went with the easy route. Those with chili, vegan cashew cheese sauce, cashew sour cream, cilantro, onions, some pickled jalapenos, and then some crispy onions on top. I don't know if I said chili, but we have also some chili that I made in the Instant Pot. All right, the baby's having the same thing. He poured his out of his bowl. Hubby's having the same, and little boy is going to be having the same thing too when he gets up here. And cheese, I just have the Bonza gluten-free noodles, my nacho cheese sauce, some diced up cherry tomatoes, and then some Gardein crumbles that I sauteed with onion and garlic and topped with some onion or chives. Like sandwich bread that we had, cut it in half and put some garlic vegan butter on it, roasted it or toasted it, whatever, and then put some marinara with Miyoko's mozzarella. I put veggies on mine. Cam just has Miyoko's mozzarella on his, and then we have veggies, some zucchini and spinach. And then the baby had a pear, some strawberries, a bunch of zucchini, and then black beans from the other night. Oh, goodness. Green beans with lemon juice and garlic salt, some sauteed or stewed lentils, roasted butternut squash with some maple syrup, and then some roasted rosemary potatoes. You're going to need, and some things that I just like to use for your homemade taco seasoning, some granulated garlic. You can use powdered also, granulated or powdered onion, oregano, cumin, paprika. You can use smoked or just regular, red chili flakes, pepper, and salt. I like to put it in a mason jar because I make it in bulk with a funnel. That just makes it a little easier. Oh, I forgot, and chili powder. I just bought this in the bulk section. I like this style of measuring spoons, but any measuring spoon will work. You can just get into these little jars easier because they're rectangular shaped. And then I have a 1/4 cup measure for the larger spices, so that is what you'll need. And some of the things I just like to use for my homemade taco season. Hi guys, my name is Chelsea and welcome to the Everyday I'm Brustlin YouTube channel. I haven't done a recipe with you guys in a while, so I figured today I needed to make homemade taco seasoning because we are all out. So I figured I would kind of bring you guys along with me as I just go through and add all my ingredients to my mason jar and make my homemade taco seasoning. So it's super easy. I already went through what type of spices you'll need. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start adding all the ingredients. I make this more of like a bulk for my family because we eat a lot of it. So you need 1/2 cup of chili powder and then 2 tablespoons of chili powder. So I like to keep it in this mason jar down in our kind of like food, I call it our food room, but it's like a food pantry room in our basement, along with like our water heater and all that stuff that's down there. So anyway, so yeah, I just like to keep it, like I said, I just add it to beans or rice or whatever we're eating, and just to give it a little flavor. Sometimes I put it on French fries and things like that, or oven fries whenever we're making those. So I did 1.5 cups and 2 tablespoons of chili. Sorry, I have my notes down here. And then I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I use the same spoon. We don't have any allergies or anything in our family, so we just kind of dip into the spices with the same spoon. So this is, like I said, it's 1 tablespoon and 1 and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder or garlic granules. I like the granules better. This is the same amount in onion. I just feel like it's a better texture. It doesn't get everywhere. Like I feel like when you use the garlic powder, it just it's like powdered sugar. It just gets everywhere, and I don't like that. So the next ingredient is red chili flakes, 1 tablespoon and 1/4 teaspoon. You can always add more or less. This is not, you know, recipes are kind of subjective. You can do what you want. Like if your family is very averse to spice, then don't add any chili flakes or just add a little bit of chili flakes. I would say this recipe is pretty mild, so I don't notice the chili flakes, and I have young children, they don't either. I will say my kids eat spicy things, so they might not be the best judge, but I've never had any issues. The next ingredient is 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of oregano, just dried oregano. You can use fresh if you have it. We don't have any dried this year. Some years we do, but this year we didn't. We had a busy year, so we were able to do that. 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon of cumin. Since I already have my tablespoons out, I will just use those. I think I'm actually just going to use tablespoons because it's easier to get in this little jar. So 1, 2, 3. So I put 5 total tablespoons because 1/4 of a cup is 4 tablespoons, and then I needed 5 because I had 1 extra. 1 tablespoon plus 2 teaspoons of paprika. When I'm making like a fajita seasoning, I like to use the smoked paprika, but when I'm just doing taco seasoning, I like to use just the plain paprika. So I usually take this recipe and I'll do half smoked and half regular for fajita seasoning. And then 3 tablespoons of salt and 3 tablespoons of pepper plus 1 teaspoon. So we have 1 teaspoon of salt and then 3 tablespoons, and the same with the pepper. I also like this. I'll show you guys what I put it in. So 3 tablespoons of pepper and 1 teaspoon. I think I might just do 3 because that seems like a lot of pepper. So 3 tablespoons of pepper. So I keep it in a mason jar, but I have a shaker top lid that I just ordered off Amazon. So then I can shake it onto things like tofu scramble or potatoes or whatever we're putting it on. So I like to use these plastic lids also, just they're easy. And you just shake it up, and you can put it in a shaker jar, or you can just use it by the teaspoon, or however you want to do it. I think that when you buy like a package, one of the reasons I don't buy the packaging is it's just convenient. If you have all the seasonings, you can just make it whenever you need it. If you run out, you just have the stuff to make it. It's super easy. Another reason, there's things like maltodextrin and like other anti-caking agents, which I understand why they have to put those in, but when you make it yourself, you don't add those ingredients. You don't need the sweeteners, that type of thing, and you don't need anti-caking because you're not going to store this for years, which I guess maybe you could, I don't know. We won't get into that, but so anyways, it just has more wholesome ingredients. I do buy a lot of my spices organic. I don't all the time because I do buy them in bulk. So it just depends on what you do, but you can make it all organic or non-organic. You can customize it. You know, there's a little less waste when you're talking about those individual packages, but when you want to make something that calls for a package of taco seasoning, I think that this is I think about 2 or 3 tablespoons is the equivalent to a packet. Just add it and kind of taste it as you go is what I would recommend. So yes, this is my homemade taco seasoning. Super easy. It just took a couple minutes. Obviously, it'll take you guys less time when you're not talking to whip it up. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my little shaker, throw it in my cabinet, and it should be good for, oh, well, we'll eat it before it goes bad. But tell me in the comments, what type of spice blends do you guys like to make? When I was not vegan, I would make my own ranch with like powdered buttermilk. Usually I do still make my own ranch with cashews, but I don't make like a powder mixture to go in it. I just kind of add it as I go and add some fresh spices. I also make a fry seasoning, which I really like, and just a couple other things that, you know, just our taste. So maybe I'll make some of those, but let me know in the comments what you guys like to make. If you make your own spice blends, that type of thing, like rubs, what type of ingredients do you like to add to your spice blends? So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe and comment below. Thank you.